Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I'm your host, Keisha. I've got producer James here in the studio with me.
Hey.
And we've got 2 out of 3 animals. So we don't know how shit's going to pop off tonight, but we're going to keep it on and popping. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, my idea was just to put him outside. Apparently, it's not going to work.
No, because he likes to partake in child abuse. And to me, leaving them out there for an hour at nighttime is a form of child abuse, and I'm not doing it to my children.
In a nice neighborhood with a super high fence.
Nowhere is safe now. There's no such thing as a safe neighborhood. Once upon a time there was that's a good neighborhood. It's safe. Nope. Nope. The safer the neighborhood looks, that means that you got fucking serial killers living in there. That's my logic. You know what I mean? And serial killers don't make sense to me. They just be killing folks. Now, if you a thug and you in a gang war and y'all shooting at each other and somebody get killed, that's one thing. Okay? Y'all got beef. Serial killers just wake up one day and they say, you know what? I'm going to go kill a family of Mormons today. I don't know why. I thought about something from my childhood, and I feel like that's something that I need to do. That's, yeah. So to me,
So basically, it's okay if it's in the game.
Or, you're robbing someone and someone gets killed. I mean, there's purpose behind it. Serial killers have no purpose behind it. Serial killers will literally get up in the morning and say, I just want to strangle my wife to death and feed my children to wolves.
Hang on a second. That first one doesn't have to be a serial killer. That could just be a dude on any day.
Oh, so you've had those feelings
I didn't
before?
say this dude.
Oh, you sound real familiar when you said it.
No. I said a dude.
You look like you a dude.
I am not that dude.
I don't know. You kind of fit the profile. You got that serial killer look about you.
You're saying that just because I'm white.
No, because you're dead behind the eyes. You've got that beard and that weird smile. Yeah.
You know, most serial killers are actually clean shaven. You know that?
Well, it's 2025. Everything's new and kind of weird. So now serial killers have beards. So y'all know, if y'all don't hear from me in the next week or two, he became a dude. He became that dude or something like that. The fact that he walks around without slapping the shit out of me every day, I don't know. That's why I'm scared, because I feel like it's building up.
You know I'm not the violent type.
So it's kind of like, okay, would you rather the man, like every time you do something, because I'm always doing something.
Always.
And always saying something smart.
Always.
So it's like, should I just take the hit upside the head every time I do something? Or do I just wait for the buildup and he just kills me?
See, that's the thing. You're the kind of person you have to be with someone who is a little bit afraid of you. Because otherwise, you would be beat to a pulp every day.
My mom always says, if she was married to a black man, he would have beat the hell out of her like 10 times by now. I'm like, way to be racist. Way to stereotype. Come on now. I know it's 2025 and black women say we ain't defending nobody.
That's not fair, because white folks hit people too.
I know.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, but you're one of those white people who's afraid of black people, so I ain't really got to worry about you hitting me.
I'm afraid of black person.
Oh, me.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you are a friend of the Libra Lounge, which I hope that you are, it is time for the gab.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The gab with Keisha.
All righty. So you guys know that I had to talk about Meghan Markle. Meghan Succubus, or however you say her new last name.
Suffolk.
Yeah, she goes by. Yeah, she goes by Succubus. I can't. I have a lisp. I cannot say it. Sussex.
Just think of
Sussex.
There you go.
Yeah, that.
This is the greatest thing today.
Which is, this is so funny to me. Like, as much as she wants to be detached from the royal family, so then you take your title that you say you did not want to be your title anymore, and you make it your new family last name.
She didn't go
She was the Duchess of Sussex. Oh, no. So that was part of one of the episodes in the show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. What is it? The Mindy, how do you say her
Mindy
name?
Kaling.
Which I'm not surprised that they get along, because they're both two people who denounce their race all the time. If they could whitewash their race, all their colored history of their family, they both totally would. Yeah. So, yes, there was at one point in one of the episodes where Mindy referred to her as Meghan Markle. She's like, it's so funny to me, you keep calling me Meghan Markle. You know, I'm Sussex now. So I was like, okay, here we go. Fucking weirdo. Like, professionally, you're known as Meghan Markle. This is the first time we've ever heard you publicly say this. Like, it's just weird. So I tried not to hate watch this show because I didn't think that was fair. Okay.
I embrace the hate.
I said, I am going to go into this with open eyes.
An open heart.
And an open heart. And clearly I had time on my hands. And I said, I'm going to watch some of this series. I wasn't going to watch all of them. I just could, because by the third episode, it was going to be a total hate watch. And after episode 1, I had no choice. It was like, oh my God, I hate this so much. Which some people have been loving it. Some people have been loving it. It has already got the green light for season 2.
Ugh.
Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of people who have been very vocal about the fact that they do not like it, why they do not like it. And then, and something that is just so weird to me, which this shit is going to turn back around again. You've got all these black women coming to Meghan's defense. They're saying, oh, the people who don't like this just don't like to see a black woman in her soft air. Well, what black woman you talking about? Because I watched Meghan Markle show and I ain't see a black woman. I have seen a woman who has denounced all her blackness. So what are you talking about? You know, black women are like, you know, they just can't stand to see that a black woman stole a royal. I don't think he knew she was black because she has done everything possible. Like her hair is damn near fried from her making it straight all the time. I tell you what, I will get off of Meghan Markle, Sussex, Succubus, everything that she is, off her ass if she wears her hair curly, her natural curls. And I'll be like, you know what? I'll give her another chance. But that's never going to happen. So I don't know what these black women are talking about. Like, to me, this is not any kind of black representation when we see anything having to do with Meghan Markle, including this show. So I have never in my life, like I do watch, you know, the Food Network, you know, I like cooking competitions. I do.
Right.
Okay. But I will sit down and watch a cooking show. But I've never watched a cooking show where someone's wardrobe per episode was $30,000.
What's that? The budget for this?
Some of the episodes it was someone actually calculated like how much the outfits were. And then, not to mention, she went back and I guess she stole all the royal jewelry and decided to wear it for her show. Because to me, when I'm in the kitchen, the last thing I want on my body is jewelry. I don't even want clothes on. I want leggings on and the biggest t-shirt possible. That is how I am in the kitchen.
Maybe that was the black part. I mean, her stealing stuff.
You know what? Harry's so whipped. He probably dug up a royal grave, stole the jewelry that the person was buried with, and said, "Here you go, Meghan. Here you go."
Watch it up a little bit.
And so all the things that she cooked, because this was presented to us as a cooking lifestyle show.
Yeah, and that's what I wasn't clear on, if it was cooking or lifestyle or both. But it really is trying to be a little bit of both, isn't it?
But the focus is cooking because everything she does revolves around cooking.
Right.
I left here thinking this bitch really can't cook because the only seasoning that I saw her use on these episodes that I saw was salt. That's not going to fly in my house. We want salt. We want
not black.
We want salt. We want seasoning salt. We want pepper. We want paprika. We want chili powder in it, onion powder, garlic powder. Like, how do you not cook with, like, to me, that is your core group of seasoning right there.
Yeah.
And then if you decide to add on, great. But you have to have that you can't cook a meal without those things.
I agree.
But all I saw her do was use salt.
Again, she's not representing any black folks I know.
I mean, and when I say she used salt, it wasn't a lot of salt. It was like a pinch of salt. And everything that she cooked, I'm like, this was a Pinterest board. Like,
yeah, I remember you said that.
It was when I watch a cooking show, when you watch Bobby Flay cook something, when you're done with that episode, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? I have to have it. Like literally your mouth is watering. You're going to your kitchen, rummaging through your refrigerator and your pantry because you have a desire for whatever it was that he just cooked.
Right.
But none of it is in your house.
Well, and usually those cooking shows will inspire you
to try something new.
What they just made.
Yes, or it will inspire you to say, I gotta go to one of Bobby Flay's restaurant. Like that is what it does.
Yeah,
it's and you leave thinking like, how did he think of that? Like he is taking like a traditional meal and turned it into something just like out of this world. That was not the case here.
No.
That was not the case here at all. And so let's go a bit into the lifestyle aspect of it, okay? So she has this friend who started off as her makeup artist, right?
Right.
He's coming to her house, right? So
So first, I'm sorry. Let's be clear. Where was this filmed?
Not her house.
Yeah.
And she constantly reminds us that it is not her house. Oh, okay, fucking great. It's a set. Oh, we don't care.
Yeah.
We really, really don't care. Okay. So her friend is coming. She's known him for years. She knows all the things that he likes. Okay. So she's making him basically a goodie basket. All right. To have in his room and in his bathroom. Well, we don't have that luxury because if you come stay the night here with us, you're going to have to share a bathroom with 10 other people. Okay. But Daniel gets his own bathroom. Okay, great. I'm totally jealous. Right. So because she wants this to be the greatest experience for anyone who's at her house, because Prince Harry being there is just not grand enough, okay?
I don't even think he lives there.
Who knows?
It didn't look lived in.
So she makes him a big jar of bath salts, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, this bitch climbed a Himalayan mountain. Okay.
She hired a Sherpa.
As she was going up the mountain, she's collecting different things from the earth. That looks salty. That look a little bit salty. That's the color I want the salt to be. You would think this is what she did, right?
Carried a pick and a hammer and
all the things.
Salt from the rock.
Oh yes, all the Epsom salt. She got Epsom salt. Okay.
A bag of Epsom salt.
A bag of Epsom salt. We have 20 bags in our house right now. Okay, so she gets the Epsom salt. I think she put some lavender oil in it. Okay,
it wasn't lavender oil. She put like lavender.
No. That was for the tea bags. Okay.
Oh, that was right, tea bags.
So she put some lavender in there. Then she gets pink Himalayan salt. These are all things that you can find at Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Kroger. Okay. Sorry, you guys. You can find at Kroger. She does layers of it, right? So she has layered these salts, right? Like it's not even in an extravagant jar. Like the jar that she has, we have that jar, but just not that big. Okay. Container store. That's all it really, really was. So she layers it. She don't even fill the shit up to the top. She didn't fill it up to the top. So then she decides that she's going to make tea bath soaks. Okay. So she gets tea bags and she puts lavender in there, something else in there. Closes it up, and she fills the rest of this container with that. Okay, cute. But I saw it on Pinterest, or I don't know. I dreamt about it, and I decided to do it the next. This is nothing huge. Like, what? Why are you showing us this? Like, what? Huh? Like, bitch, put some diamonds in there. Like, that is something like show me up. This is something I could do at home. Okay, this is her attempt to be so relatable. But not relatable, okay? So then she puts something else on the tray, and then she goes, and just to be extra special, guys, peanut butter pretzels. So she has a bag of peanut butter pretzels. She opens the bag, and then she puts those pretzels in a clear bag, then ties a ribbon on it, and she goes, I know these are Daniel's favorite. Like, he loves peanut butter, but I'm going to go ahead and write in calligraphy peanut butter pretzels on there in case there's any allergies. Bitch, you just told us he wasn't allergic to it. And that is what else she puts on the tray.
This whole segment would have been brought to you by Target.
Yes, Target. Clearance aisle, okay? On the clearance aisle, like I said, this is her attempting to sound so down to earth. And here's another one that she did that I was just like, huh? She does it. She always contradicts herself. Like she is a big contradictor all the time. Okay. So she's in there with Mindy and they're talking about growing up and things that they ate. And she's like, well, I ate tons and tons and tons of fast food while I was growing up. Like Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, extra hot sauce on the Mexican pizza. Well, I'm like, well, I'm down with that. I'll do that with you right there because I love a good Mexican pizza. And she goes, and TV dinners. And then, of course, like, because no one knows what a fucking TV dinner is, they have to just describe to us what a TV dinner is. Like, okay, we got it. But then there's an interview of her where she's like on a Food Network show or something like that, and she's a judge. And she's like, oh my gosh, whatever this person cooked, this reminds me of growing up in California where everything I ate was farm to table. Huh?
I didn't know Taco Bell was farm to table.
I don't even think Taco Bell's meat is real meat. But you, like, what are you talking about? Okay. So then something else that she did that was just like, okay. So she decides to make, this is like the first thing that she really, really cooks. And it is a 1-pan pasta dish, which she had her friend Daniel help her make. And she made the mistake of turning her back on Daniel. And Daniel's job, his only job was to put a little bit of zest on the pasta. When I tell you this motherfucker zested the entire lemon, and these lemons were like the size of cantaloupes. Like my mouth puckered at the thought of eating that. I'm like, that is going to taste like nothing but lemon. Like nothing but lemon, and there was no meat in the pasta dish or anything like that. And so she's trying to tell us, like, here's an easy, quick meal that you can make. We know that. We just call it hamburger helper. Like, we know about a 1-dish meal that's really, really quick, and we didn't have to zest shit or we didn't have to go pick the fucking tomatoes off of our tomato vine in the backyard either.
Didn't Daniel cut himself too?
And Daniel cut himself with a knife.
Yeah, he did.
And you could tell she was so annoyed that he did that, but she kept herself together. Like, to me, this would have been a golden moment. Like, so you really just gonna come in here and cut yourself and bleed all the way in these other people's kitchen? Not my kitchen, these other people's kitchen. I should have left your ass in New York City, Daniel. Like, really? You just gonna cut yourself because you don't want to help me cook. She should have made him zest that lemon after he cut himself.
You would have made it fun.
I think she has so many opportunities to make it relatable and make it fun, but she's not those things.
No.
Which is fine. Which is fine to me, because
Stop trying.
Like I'm saying, like when she was making the bath salts, she tried to be so relatable. You're not. Throw some fucking diamonds in there. Put some fucking gold dust in there. Something like that. Something that's not achievable for us.
You really want her to act like the worst kind of royalty.
Yeah. To me,
yes, you do.
Look, I would watch that. Like, this bitch right here. Okay, I see you, baby. I see you, baby. But she wants us to think that she's like us. And it's like, you're not like us. Stop it. Well, she keeps trying to find a place where she fits in.
Yeah.
And it's not working for her, okay? She tried to fit in with the royals, and they were like, bitch, you black. So that didn't work. Then she refuses to fit in with the black people. She's like, y'all too black. So she's kind of like going around and around and around in a circle. She doesn't know where she fits in, but she does it to herself. Come on to the black side. We'll welcome you. We will welcome you. So another thing that she did was she tried to describe to everyday mom and dads, wake up early in the morning, go outside to your garden and pick the freshest of berries to make breakfast for your kids. And I'm going to show you something that you can make. This is great, guys. So I'm going to show you how to make a fruit rainbow board. All you got to do is cut up pieces of fruit and then put them like the colors of the rainbow. Red berries, green kiwi, blue blueberries. Bitch, that's a fruit tray. And people, working moms and dads, don't have time to make that kind of shit in the morning time. So she makes this fruit tray thing. And then she goes, you can even, listen to this. You will never, no one could have imagined that you could do this, okay? Until she told us we can do this. You can use whipped cream to be the clouds. What? What? Oh, no.
Cream comes whipped?
What?
I didn't know that.
Oh, and you
Did she
can
have
make
a servant whip it for her?
Probably so. She probably milked the fucking cow, had someone milk the fucking cow.
Farm to table.
Farm to table. So she has this weird obsession with edible flower sprinkles.
Yeah, I saw that, like on everything.
Bitch,
some sprinkles.
Do you know we out here dying from fucking allergies and you want us to sprinkle flowers on all of our food? We're fighting for our lives out here against allergy season. And now you're telling us to put flowers on all of our food. So as if we hadn't learned enough, she showed us how to make a mini version of this fruit tray.
So is it the same fruit, just cut smaller?
I don't even know, James.
Okay.
I was so amazed that you can make a mini version of this fruit tray. I was like, I may need to go lay down. Like, you can make a smaller version of that. Who would have thunk?
She does everything like a parent who has no job.
No job.
That's it.
And I'm willing to tell you that was probably $50,000 worth of fucking fruit. Okay? Like, stop this. And she's telling people this is how you make your kids' morning special by doing this. Like, okay, stop. Here you go. You're not being relatable. Look, when I worked and my Scholar was small, it's like, look, we're either going to have cereal, or we're going to have a toaster strudel in the morning. If we went to stop at a donut shop a lot, got a kolache, get whatever you want, just get fucking full and have a great day at school. You know what I mean? Like, we got to go. We got to be on time, you know. We don't have this, all of this is luxury to do all of these things. So that was one of the things that she did. So everyone who was her guest, this was weird. So all these guests who are her friends don't seem like they were really friends, because I'm telling you, like when Mindy was on there, it was like she was counting down the hours. Okay, I just made $5,000. Okay, another 30 minutes, that's another $5,000. Like, you could tell they weren't friends. Because you know why? She wouldn't have called her Meghan Markle. If they were friends, she would know she was Meghan Sussex all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So like there was this one girl who came, she's like, oh my gosh, you're so tall. You don't know how tall your friend is? Like, you haven't seen her since childhood and you didn't realize how tall she got? Like, what do you mean? Hey, you're so tall. It was inauthentic all the way. So then this was just weird to me. So she gets like a corn cob.
Yeah, I saw this one too.
And pops it to make popcorn.
Yeah, who does that?
Who does that? And then she ate it with no salt on it. With there wasn't no movie theater butter on it. There was no white cheese powder on it. Like, there was nothing. I'm like, who wants to eat that? Like, yeah, that looks great if you're making like a corntopia thing for fucking Thanksgiving or whatever you call it, as a fucking display for your Thanksgiving dinner table. Like, it was just weird, and she thought that it was so like super, super cool. She even goes as far as to tell us this, okay? To make your eggs fluffier, use sparkling water. Bitch, do you know how we're not even cooking eggs in the morning time, okay? We're not cooking eggs to be eaten by themselves. Like, putting an egg has to be a main ingredient in something, because that's how much eggs cost right now. We're not gonna put sparkling water in them to make them fucking fluffy. Like, no, we're having our kids share an egg like that, and you're telling us to put sparkling water in them? Okay, so share an egg. Yeah, so everything that she tells us, it is like she thinks that she created it, and I think that's what was so annoying to us. Like, big time. So she was saying that, like, when her kids have parties, they give out party bags at the end. What? Yeah, we know this. And she goes, oh, and to make it extra special, I use stuffing in there. Bitch, they sell it at Walmart. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, she literally was just like using like just the regular paper stuffing.
But she's talking to us like she created this grand idea. Like, we had never heard of a party bag before.
Like, all our shit just is ruffled, this rumbles around.
Yeah, she asked like we like threw like M&Ms and fucking newspaper and threw it gave it to the kids as they walked out of the party. Like, no, we know all about party bags, party stuffers, all kinds of things. And here we go again. So unrelatable. So what I put in the bags is I put seeds in there. I put squash seeds and I put basil seeds in there. And I've got these little shovels. Of course, my kids have the real versions of them, but these are mini versions of them. And here's a little rake and all this shit to plant something. Okay, if it's not bubbles, candy, a little wand, and some glitter soap, don't send it home with my kid, because we're not fencing to be in the backyard planting shit. Like, if you want to plant things with the kids, invite the kids to come back over to your house and plant this shit. Like, who does that?
Yeah, don't send your shit home with my kid for them to get dirty.
Her kids are 3 and 5. What the? Yeah. They should be digging up earthworms. They shouldn't be planting a garden. Like, that is so like weird to me. I didn't get it.
That's an asshole party gift.
I think it is an ass. No,
if you went to a party with a kid and you brought that home, and I looked at that bag, I would say that person's an asshole.
Yeah, because to me, you should be giving me things to keep my kid entertained away from me, not making me a participant or whatever bullshit they have going around. I'm trying to watch my reality TV shows. Give me an hour. Let that kid be entertained with that goodie bag right there for an hour, and we're good.
Don't lock in my time.
No, you are not. No, now you want me to commit to something. You are just, now I got to look this shit up, figure out how do I plant these? I'm sure she thinks we should use some kind of magical fucking fart dirt or whatever. And then I got to water this shit every day and watch it grow. And then if it's fucking cold outside, I got to wrap this shit, because if I don't, my fucking kid's going to be crying because you told them that bean sprouts were going to come out of it. Like, no, stop, Megan, stop. Like, it was just, here's the thing. It's not bad. It's really not bad, okay? If you like an easy watch that you can be on your phone on TikTok.
Not watching it.
You could be brushing your dog's hair and it's in the background. You love it. If you like this type of show, you'll love it. I like things far more entertaining. And there's some things that I do. Look, I love a good comfort content creator. I have my comfort content creators. If you like this, great. Enjoy. It was not my thing. She's not my person. I gave her a chance to make me a person of her. A person of her. But she didn't do it. And God, when they talked about frying chicken, it's like, ooh, I know all her Negro ancestors just putting their head down and just crying. They crying tears like Massa on his way. You should have heard the way she talked about frying chicken. It was, I'm like, girl, just bake it.
Just shake and bake it.
Let's shake it and bake it, because this is not your thing. And I think, again, that was her attempt. That was another attempt of being so relatable. And it just didn't.
Just didn't hit.
It just didn't hit. And, they're saying, it did so well. I honestly feel like, yeah, it may have done well, but I think it was a lot of curiosity watching. You know what I mean?
I would have loved to see the numbers from episode 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah, and I think I saw someone else say that. I don't think that it was steady. Someone else mentioned that. They were like, yeah, I'm sure episodes 1 and 2, which that's all I watched were episodes 1 and 2. Yeah, everything was really through the roof, because everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is this? You just have all these questions because it's been such a build up to this show. And here it is. I rather watch spring baking competition on Food Network. I love that shit. I like Halloween Wars. I like different personalities. I love artistic things. I don't know if you guys know that about me. I had an event planning business. I love to do creative things. This just didn't hit for me. There was nothing super creative about a frittata that...
Just stop at frittata.
With just salt.
That's salt frittata.
Yeah, I actually thought at one point, I was like, so none of her meals are going to have meat? And then she finally brought out some bacon, but then I wanted her to put the bacon up. She goes, my bacon brings all the boys to the yard. It's like, oh my God.
Her little stupid.
Yeah, she did all these really weird quotes that she thought they were going to hit, and they just didn't hit. But I tell you something that did hit. So there's this senior in Virginia.
Speaking of things hitting.
There's a senior track star from Virginia who has just been charged with an assault for seemingly hitting another runner during a race with her baton. Okay? In the head. So this senior says on her crying interview, I wasn't trying to hit her. Bitch, you right. You was not trying to hit her. You were trying to knock her the fuck out. We saw the video. She's black. So I always try to look things that are like black people. I try to look at them through black people's eyes. Because if it's in one little roof of air, I'm like, nope, she didn't do it. She did this.
We saw it.
She raised her hand up and hit the shit out of that girl, and it looked like she tried to hit her again. The girl got a concussion.
That fucking hit.
She got okay. This is how I look at it. Like, let's say I'm running. I'm not gonna even have the strength to lift up anything, but let's just say I lift up something. Let's say I'm in a running race with someone. I'm going to be pissed off that the person in front of me is running faster than me. And you're telling me that at the end of the race, there's a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken that I'm going to win. I will get the baton and hit the person in front of me because I want the bucket of chicken. This is what fucking happened to this girl. This other girl was beating her. And I don't know how she thought she was going to get away with it.
I think what she did, like, the girl was in front of her, and I think maybe she like got too close and it pissed her off. Whatever.
Maybe.
But when she swung and hit her, then all of a sudden she tried to show like an exaggerated arm motion, like
to make it look like she didn't do it.
Look like
no,
that's just how she starts running for some reason.
No.
But
it is a
that,
hit.
She'd been running low and keeping it low.
Right.
Like she should.
Like it is a full. Her arm went back, and she fucking hit this girl. And the poor girl, poor little white child.
Was she white?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a black kid.
Nah, that made it even worse. Oh. The little girl, all she wanted was a fucking apology. That's all she wanted was an apology. But this bitch over here is like, no, I didn't do it. I'm the victim. Victim of losing? Because that's the only victimization that I saw on your part. So she didn't apologize to this kid. She's doubling down on the fact she didn't do it. So now she's got an assault charge on her. All she had to do was fucking apologize.
Yep.
The way I would have jumped out of the stands and beat her ass for hitting my kid in the fucking head.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. But here's someone else that got beat.
Oh man. I'm seeing a pattern here.
I'm seeing a pattern. There's another black person. That makes me feel pretty bad to have to report stuff like this. I really don't. I mean, so there's a hairdresser in Maryland who posted her own video. This is what makes it so fucking stupid, because everyone, no matter what you do, people want to post the shit. That is so, I don't get it. So she posts the video herself of her dragging the fuck out of a 15-year-old client who she claimed tried to run out on paying her $150 bill. Okay.
And when we say dragging, we're not
saying,
like top down.
No.
Grabbed her hoodie and probably some of her hair and drug her little ass across the floor back to the lobby.
I ain't seen nobody get dragged like this since I watched 12 Years a Slave and they was going to a lynching, because baby, the way she jerked and dragged that girl, she dragged her like a fucking rag doll did, okay? Like I was like, oh my. Okay, so the victim's mom says she was not running out on her bill. She says that the girl was trying to send the Cash App and accidentally put like the wrong letter or something like that and was trying to correct it. Now, that has happened to me. Like, I have accidentally sent money to the wrong Cash App because I put like a wrong like symbol or letter or something like that. Like, I'm sending money virtually like that scares me all the time. I'm constantly afraid I'm going to send it to someone else and then fuck. Fortunately, the time that I did it, the person actually sent me the money back. So let's say that that's what happened, okay? Let's say she was running out on the bill. Call the police. Because that's what I would fucking do. And then how about this? Okay, you beat the bitch's ass. You beat her ass down to the white meat. Just don't post a fucking video of you doing it.
Yeah, it's her own surveillance
video.
It's her
own surveillance. So then she was being interviewed by the news. That's when she found out she had an assault charge on her. So you're double stupid. Wow. You fucking post your own evidence against you. Then did an interview thinking that everyone was going to be on your side, only to then find out, oh, I've got an assault. We gonna still wrap up this interview, or are you finna let them know where my location is? I don't know, but it's just like women nowadays are so eager to fight. I just don't understand it at all. And this was a child. This was a 15-year-old kid, okay? Now, granted, the hairdresser was 18, but she's not ready to be a business owner. If this is how she's going to do conflict resolution, she needs to just get her money up front for now, because this is ridiculous.
I really think what's been happening for a few years now is people, because that video had like 55 million
She wanted
views.
to go viral.
Yeah, and So people want things to go viral, no matter how stupid they are.
Yeah.
And you never get, like, at the end of a viral video, you never hear the story about what happened to the person because they did that video.
Yeah.
Until, like, more recently.
Yeah.
Used to be, you know, those people going around licking ice cream and shit like that.
No, nowadays everybody knows somebody. Yeah, because everyone talks on someone's like, oh my gosh, that's my cousin. Like, you know, oh my God, did you see our cousin? It's like someone knows. The internet brings us all so close together. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get away with shit. If they're able to visibly see anyone's face, you're done. But it was the simple fact that she posted it herself. I'm like, you dumb bitch. Really? Like, I don't know. But if you see this video, I mean, I felt so bad for this girl.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she didn't have to do. She did not have to do this girl like that. Because she told the girl, either pay me, go get my money, or you go sit your ass back down and I'm going to take out your hair. But in the process of her pulling a girl by her jacket, she also pulled the fucking girl's hair. I'm like, oh, fix it, Jesus. Okay, when we get back from this break, we're going to talk Wendy Williams, the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Teen Mom News. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. If you are looking for long, fluffy, healthy lashes, you need to go to helloskincare.com and look up their lash therapy serum. This by far has been, of all time, this is one of my top 5 favorite products ever. I never really talk about products. I mean, if someone were asked me about something that I'm wearing, I'll tell them. But this is a must-have right here. I've gone on and on and on about the health of my lashes. Like, I'm actually invested in the health of my lashes now because I just didn't think they could be healthy anymore, all right? Until I found this serum, and it is great. I've been using it since October. And yes, I do wear eyelash extensions because I like to look like a baby giraffe by the eyes. But it is still good. If you're going to make the investment to have eyelash extensions, you need to invest in this as well, because this actually makes the investment of the eyelash extensions worth it because they last longer when you've got strong, healthy lashes. All right. So if you're interested in the lash therapy, go to helloskincare.com, where they do actually have other skincare products that you can check out. And if you want to use any of them, you can use my code LibraLounge20 to save 20% off your first purchase. All right. Okay. So this Wendy Williams saga is just getting weirder and weirder and weirder. So,
well, now it's a saga.
It is actually a saga now. Yeah. Like, between the time that I did the show notes and wrote what I wrote, something else popped up. I'm like, well, God damn. I'm not talking about all that. I'm just going to talk about the part I have written down. So we all know that our girl has been basically under this very horrible, what do you call it?
Conservatorship.
Conservatorship, yeah. Which just makes no sense to me. They're basically saying she's batshit crazy. She's going to waste all of her money, this, and that. But it's her money. If she wants to go fuck away all of her money, let her go fuck away all of her money. She has no one to blame but herself. I don't understand this. It's just fucked up and weird. I almost feel like at this point, it's some kind of conspiracy, because it's just weird. So one of my listeners actually brought up to me, I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. I think I posted something about Wendy Williams, and she messaged me. She goes, that is so funny how they do women, but yet Kanye gets nothing. And if there's a fucking motherfucker out there crazy, it is Kanye West. But he gets none of this kind of treatment. We see him blowing his money all the time. We see his crazy antics. We see him abusing this woman who he's married to, and nothing happens to him. No one is saying that he needs a welfare check. No one is saying that we need to lock him up. No one's doing anything but letting him be Kanye. But then we have Wendy Williams here, who's getting this, to me, it's unfair treatment. She's got family members who say that they will look out for her. She actually just passed a psych evaluation with flying colors.
She said she did.
She said she did.
She said. The crazy person said she passed the psych eval.
I don't think she's that crazy. Do I think she's got some issues going on? Most definitely. Do I think we should go as hard as we went with the Free Britney movement? No, I don't.
Okay.
But I don't think that she needs this kind of treatment right here. I don't think she needs to be locked up in a facility. I don't. So she's done an interview. She did an interview with, I can't remember, The Breakfast Club, I want to say. She did an interview. She sounded great. She sounded as close to old Wendy as she could possibly sound with everything that she's gone through. She was hip with everything. She knew everything that was going on in the news. She was Wendy. I mean, she wasn't hired on Wendy, but she's Wendy enough where I'm like, okay, she sounded great. She didn't sound crazy. She didn't sound like she did on that documentary that they did.
See, that documentary just set the bar.
It did.
And for everything with her.
But I swear to God, I feel like on that documentary that she was on something.
I have to agree.
I think she was on something. Do I think her health is 100%? No, the fucking bitch was a cokehead. Like, no, there's some shit that's not right. I'm not.
Some residuals.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's 100% herself. Absolutely not. But this right here just tastes the cake. So she actually, I think she's getting ready to do another interview with The View. Okay, so she's been getting lots of attention from the press, from the paparazzi. She's doing these interviews. Somehow there was a note that said "Free Wendy" that got sent to the paparazzi, and there's a video of it, and she's like in this facility in the window waving down the paparazzi, all this stuff. Which for some odd reason that has pissed off the judge over her case. And now Wendy's attorneys are letting us see some of the emails from the judge to them. All right. There's one email that the judge says, basically, I think Wendy's doing well. I like how things are going. I think she's totally capable of taking care of herself. Now all these interviews have happened. And now the judge is saying, if she's pissed off, and she's basically saying that I want her to be moved to a place with stricter guidelines. So it's like, okay, why? What does that mean? Like, how does any of this, there's something that we are not privy to.
Yeah, there's something going on behind the cameras, behind the interviews. There's still something going on with this woman.
Yeah, and I don't understand why it's such a big deal. There's tons of crazy people walking around. Like, did she kill someone and we just don't know about it? Because they're acting like she did.
Well, no, not that she killed somebody, but she's valuable. And that's what happens when semi-crazy people get valuable, and all of a sudden people want to protect what they've got because they'll eventually be the ones to get it.
But her family's not doing this.
No, it's not. No, it's people. I didn't say it's family.
Yeah.
It's people who have an interest in it beyond the welfare of the person.
Well, now on TMZ, since I wrote this out, the facility that she's at is pressing charges against her niece because her niece picked her up and took her out to lunch. See, there's something like this shit doesn't make sense to me. Like, do I think that she needs the treatment that she's getting now? No. Do I think she needs some watching over? Sure. But this right here is just bizarre.
I'll say this, because none of us live with her and see her all the time.
Yeah.
We have no idea how she is.
But her family is telling us.
People are telling things. Again, I don't believe a damn thing anybody says about anything anymore if it comes to things in the public eye. I believe nothing. That girl said, I didn't hit the girl in the back of the head with a baton, and there's a video showing she did. I believe nobody.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for someone who's being locked. Like, why is she in the facility? That's what I don't get. Like, why does she have to be in the facility?
Well, if she didn't choose to be there, then she had to be placed there, and there had to be enough valid evidence to show.
But it's not even her family who is doing this.
Doesn't matter.
This is crazy. Wendy, I'm very curious. Not that I watched The View, but I will get on TikTok and listen to the interview. Okay? Like, TikTok is the place to be right there. If you don't want to watch the whole of anything, TikTok gonna do the work for you, okay?
It's like Cliff Notes.
Right? So, this past Sunday was the kickoff of season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It premiered, and it got the lowest ratings of its history.
The show's history?
The show's history.
How many, is it all new cast or mostly new cast? Or, I mean, who's...
So I haven't watched in so many seasons, so I said, okay, I'm going to go back and watch this season. So Kenya's still on there. There's no OGs. There's no one from the original cast that is on there. Okay. You've got Cynthia, who's like a friend of this season. You've got Kenya. Portia is back, and then Phaedra is supposed to come back after they kick Kenya off for the whole blowjob poster thing that she posted or whatever.
Oh, okay. That still hasn't happened on the show.
It still hasn't happened on the show. But here's the thing about it. To hear that this was the lowest ratings of this franchise's history is sad, because when you talk about the Real Housewives franchise as a whole, those first several seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, that is the staple of it. That is like some of the best seasons of all, and I'm talking all of the franchise, like some of the best. That is like the blueprint of Housewives right there. Like, excellent. It was funny. They were extravagant. They were broke extravagant. They was getting plastic surgery. They was getting divorces. They was cussing out their kids. They were starting businesses. They were failing their businesses. We saw them dieting. We saw them lose weight, not lose weight. We saw big extravagant weddings. It just was so amazing.
It was like New Jersey was the first one, right?
No, the very first was the Real Housewives of the OC.
Okay, so you're right, OC, and then I think New Jersey brought it up a level, but yeah, Atlanta brought it to a whole nother level.
Well, what Atlanta did was it opened it to a whole new crowd of people, because it was an all black. Well, we had Kim and her wig. Were on the show. This opened it up to see black women living extravagant lifestyles. Okay,
because I remember after Atlanta, then there was like the Basketball Wives. Like all of a sudden, there was a lot more.
Yeah,
shows
they opened up.
Really
The show. On black women. You know, living the life of luxury. You know what I mean? So to hear that it premiered with, so I watched it. I don't recognize the show. I just don't recognize the show. It's Shamia, who was a friend of, is like a main character now. It just, they all looked alike because they look like black blow-up dolls. Like their faces have so much filler in them. They've got so much work on their faces, so much makeup on their faces. I was just like, I don't recognize this as the Atlanta that I knew and loved. Okay, now I'm going to try to stick with it because I want to see what Phaedra and Portia are going to do. But it is just not, it's not the same. It's just not the same. It wasn't funny. I mean, I can go right now and watch an old episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta and be on the floor laughing. Okay, and I've seen it 100 times, but it's still so comical. It's so entertaining. This wasn't entertaining. And we were like being shown a $9 million house with an elevator in it, and it still was not entertaining. We saw a bitch get gifted a $430,000 car, and it still just didn't hit. Like it just didn't hit. I don't feel like I want to root for any of it. Like it was just weird. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a chance. But this is sad because now I'm starting to think, is this going to become like the end of the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I mean, if it was the lowest ratings ever, that's not a good sign. I mean, unless they make some huge turn.
Only one person and only one person only could save the show. Nene Leakes. Lanithia Nene Leakes is the only bitch on this planet other than me who can save this show. But you know why? Because it is her show. It is her show. Just like Jersey is Teresa's show. This is her show. Like Potomac is Giselle's show. This is Nene's show. And it has not been the same since she left. Her and Andy, look, they just gonna have to agree to disagree. They don't like each other. They don't fuck with each other, but they both want to make these coins and they need to put her back on this show. Okay. Like she needs them. They need her. That's all I'm saying. So, oh my God, this girl. So Amber Portwood from Teen Mom, she's been going on these rants on TikTok lives, just sounding like a fucking crazy person, which is saying a lot for Amber because she is certifiably a very crazy person. But now she is claiming that she is going to get Teen Mom canceled. First of all, if those exceptionally low ratings have not gotten the show canceled, I don't know what you can do because half the time you're on your couch asleep. So she's in this video, she's wagging her tongue and, honey, I've got all the secrets. What fucking secrets? Like, it cannot, like, what could it be? We saw Farrah get fucked in the ass on a porn. Okay? What secret can you have? Because that should have been a big secret and they could keep that shit secret. What secrets do you have? I'm going to blast everyone. I'm going to do this. No one listens to you, Amber. Remember this time last year you lost your fiance. He ran away from you and was gone. There was like a nationwide search for him that lasted a week because he was running away from you. She's like, I made this show. This is my show. I started this show. What? here's the thing. I've been watching Teen Mom since the very first episode.
They were actually teens.
The very first episode was Macy. So now she's like, it wasn't Macy. See, bitch, you crazy, because Macy's episode was the very first episode. Actually, Farrah's episode was before your episode. So what the fuck are you even talking about? This is how fucking stupid and delusional she is. She's talking about canceling a show that is her only source of fucking income. Like, that is the only money that she makes. And here it is. Here's another season. She's still getting paid because they're talking about her story, but they're not talking to her. They're only like covering Gary and his side of the family. But she's still getting a check from it. But then how do you get yourself purposely fired from the only job that you have? What else is she going to do? Nothing.
Nothing. No.
She can't even keep a man. She can't even keep a man with money. So now she's going to not have her kids and not have a fucking job. That just makes no sense to me at all. So anyway, since there has not been a new episode of My 600-Pound Life. Last week was a rerun, and the 2 weeks before that, it was Where Are They Now episodes. However, we don't need those things. Do you know why? Because we got to meet Dr. Now in person on Sunday. Now, I have to give a shout out because, you know what? My listeners, y'all are the bomb. Because I would not have known that he was having an open house if you guys had not sent it to me and tagged me on it. Like, thank y'all so much for I forget that people actually listen to the show. Forget that people listen to the show. I really forget that people see my stories, and y'all really know the shit that I really fuck with. And you guys know I fuck with Dr. Now. And y'all like, Keisha, did you see this? Keisha, you've got to go. I'm like, what is this? Like, what? I would have never known. Never would have known. So thank y'all. It was because of y'all that I got to do this. All right. So Dr. Now, whose office is in Houston, which is basically where we live. Like, we live right on the outside of Houston, had a big open house, right? So I'm looking cute. I got my whole outfit picked out. I've got this planned out in my head exactly how it's going to go. In my head, we were going to drive there, get out of our car, and walk right on in, stand in a little bitty line. We had RSVP, so I just knew we was going to show our RSVP. And if there was a longer line, that we were going to get right to the front of the line. The devil is a lie. We get there. I said, I know all these goddamn people are not in line to see Dr. Now. It was damn near wrapped around the building. So this was like it started at 2, it was scheduled for 2 to 5. So we got there like at 1:50, right? 1:50, 2 o'clock.
No, we got there like 10 after 2.
Okay, 10 after 2.
Yeah, 2 o'clock basically.
So my greedy ass said, well, I have a bright idea. How about we go sit our asses down somewhere and eat?
This is just a 2 o'clock rush.
Yeah, I said, because by the time we get done eating, we're going to get back. That line going to be shorter. The devil was a lie again. Because the line had doubled. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how on God's green earth does a bariatric fucking surgeon out of Houston have this big of a fan base? And this is just Houston folks that are here.
But if you heard, there were people that came from all
over to come see.
Some people came from Florida.
Yeah, to come see Dr. Now. So we get out. First of all, I'm so fucking full from the meal that we ate. I'm like, James, I got to sit here for a minute. Like, we got to sit here because literally I have to unbutton my pants because I'm like, I was swallowing down vomit. That's how full I was. Because keep in mind, I've had weight loss surgery. So I overdid it because we not only did we have a meal, we had a fucking soft pretzel. And I am just like, So
we're sitting there.
She's
trying to take a break.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching the
line grow. Okay. So he's like, we got to get out. So we get out and the temperature has dropped by 50 fucking degrees. And so I'm like, oh my God.
You were dressed cute.
I was dressed cute, but I was not dressed warm at all. So I have this jacket in my car, right? It just stays in my car. And it's like an army green, used to be cute jacket, but it was like in a ball in the car. And James was like, I'm going to go get your jacket. So I'm like, I am not fit to stand in this line trying to look cute with this wrinkled ass green jacket that does not go with my outfit. So James is just like, I'm shivering. He's like, go sit in the car. When the line gets closer, I'll call you. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not fair. It's for me. And then he gave me the perfect excuse. He's like, why don't you try to find a closer parking spot? I'm like, oh, I see one. He's like, there you go. Which made no fucking sense where we really were parked at.
Nobody got you in the car.
It got me in the car. So I move and I get into this parking spot, right? So I'm like, he has not moved in that line. I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I told him, I said, James, let's just go home. Like, let's just go fucking home. Like, this line is not moving swiftly at all, okay? So James is in line making friends with Hispanic women, black women, white men, Hispanic women. He's just got an eclectic group of friends that he's made. Every time I look out the goddamn window, he cackling and laughing and up with somebody talking, what the fuck are y'all talking about over there? What the fuck are you talking about? But I didn't care that much that I was fencing to get out in that cold wind to find out. I was like, what just going on? I'm glad he's not by himself. So he finally gets to a point in line. He calls me. He's like, it's moving. I think you need to come. So, okay, I get my little cue stuff. And mind you, I have got on these platform shoes.
But I've been out there for 3 hours already standing.
He's fucking lying.
No, I'm not.
You were out there an hour and a half. You can look up whatever you want to because I was calculating it in my head. So anyway, I get out of the line and it just stops. The line stops. There's no movement at all. So then we kind of hear a commotion and one of his daughters comes out there. She's like, oh my gosh, guys, like, I don't think we're going to be able to get all of you guys because it's 4:50 right now. And she's like, we're going to try to get as many of you guys. He's got a meeting he's got to go to. Like, she's like, I'm so sorry. And then she kind of comes closer to us and we start talking. And she was like, here's the thing. We weren't even supposed to have this event. She goes, my dad got on Instagram and reposted the event from last year. And everyone thought that it was for today. And once people start like talking, she's like, Dad, we've got to do this event today because you reposted an whole fucking video about an open house on March 9th. She goes, we really had to throw this together. And I'm like, well, what about the thing where we had to RSVP? She goes, I know, I didn't know how to work it right. I'm so sorry. She's like, I'm going to figure out something that all of the people that RSVP, like if we do this again, you get a special code where you could go straight up the line. She goes, I got to think of a code. I got to think of a code. And this guy goes, what about 30? And we're all like, yeah, 30. And she's like, okay, 30. We're like, no, 30. She goes, 30. No, 30. 30. That is what we're telling her. We're like, no, 30. Like she goes, does my dad say 30 a lot? We're like, yes. He always says you could have lost 13 pounds. She goes, I can't believe you guys like even know that. She goes, I'm there all the time. I don't notice the shit that he says. She goes, I never knew that he said 30. And again, we all collectively say 30. It is 30. And we're like, and you have to spell it like 30. She goes, and she finally just goes, she goes, I cannot believe all this. She goes, I cannot believe my dad has grown this big. Y'all, there had to easily be 500 of us in that line.
Oh, at least, yeah.
There was kids who were spending the first official day of their spring break outside with hoodies on so their moms could fucking go in there and meet Dr. Now, okay? So we're at a standstill at this point, and it's past 5 o'clock. So we're like, what is going on? So we're just waiting for them, like literally at this, she's like, okay, I'm just going to have him come out here. He's going to walk down so you guys can see him. And at this point, we're like, look, that's all that we even want. Like, we're cold, we're hungry. We fucking fasted for 4 hours, standing in the line for 4 hours. Like, okay, doctor, now this is a great way to get us all to lose weight. So we're all just kind of like, you know, we're cold. I have to pee worse than anything in my entire life. Like, I felt like I drank the Gulf of Mexico. My bladder is enlarged and I have the world's worst wedgie, which is making me have to pee even more. So I run across to this fucking boba shop, get the world's worst drink so I can use their restroom. And I'm like, okay, I think I can handle this now. So then the line starts to move a little bit, then it just stops. Like at this point, it's like 6 o'clock. Like it is past the time they're supposed to stop. Then all of a sudden they're rushing us all in and they're like, my dad says he's going to stay here until he sees all of y'all. So we're all inside of the building, right? All of us are just like in awe, like we are in the building.
Just the
where
lobby.
they shoot. We're in the lobby of the building. We're all crowded in, okay? Like we're packed in there like sardines. Me and James's oldness, we're starting to feel it because we fucking go sit down in chairs. We're like, I don't care how many of you motherfuckers go before us. I'm not getting out this chair. James is literally exhausted. He's like, my shins hurt. I'm tired. Like, I can see it on his face. Like, I kind of hate my bitch ass wife a little bit for making me stand in this goddamn line with all these fucking people we don't know. And when I tell you there was people there from every walk of life,
Very eclectic.
a very eclectic group of people, but not a lot of fat people. Well,
Ironically.
well, they couldn't have stood in line that long. I'm not even trying to be rude. Like, there's no, like, we were in line 4 to 5 hours.
I dared Keisha to sniff one of the seats in the lobby. She wouldn't do it.
And I was like, that is fucking disgusting. Like, something is wrong with you. So, like, literally at this point, we've got people standing in line for merchandise. They want to get the merchandise signed. And we're like, we don't even really know what all is going on at this point. So we just really sit down. We're like, at this point, we are waiting for him just to walk out in the lobby. And then finally, I'm like, shit, it's not that many of us in line. So I got to give a shout out to his staff, which I think the majority of the staff was his family. Amazing people. Like,
so nice.
They
So
had
nice.
been there that whole day, probably a couple of hours before the line even started. So nice, so welcoming. We were all talking, we were all laughing, cracking jokes. Like, everyone was, it made it worth the wait that these people were just, they were like excited that we were there. And you know me, I did some investigating. Like, that black guy, he's married to one of the daughters. And I think that white guy is married to the other daughter. Like, you know, I had to do a little bit of this. Okay, like, click, 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 click.
Of course you did.
Who was you? I want to know who the man with the dreads was. Who was that? Who was that? So we finally get up to the line, and all I wanted was a fucking mug. I just wanted a mug. They ain't had no mugs. Damn, they ain't have no books. So we bought magnets instead. So then it is my time to go and meet Dr. Now. Now, y'all know my loud country ass. I'm like, oh, hey, Dr. Now. Hey. Y'all, when I say he is the size of a thimble,
He's a whittle fella.
he is whittle. Like, we knew he was, okay, we knew he was small, but at the same time, he was always up against some behemoths, okay?
When you're standing next to monsters, she always looks small.
But he is really small. Y'all, he was so sweet.
Yeah, very
He
nice.
was very sweet. Like,
And he said, when we walked in,
the first thing to go ahead and do it, James, let it loose.
hello, how y'all doing?
I damn near lost my fucking mind. I damn near fucking lost my mind. You would have thought someone said the price of eggs has gone down tremendously. Oh, he said it. Because, you know, you watch a show and you hear people say things and you don't know if they're doing it for the show.
Nope.
No, that's just what he says, and that's how he said it. But here's the thing: there's a picture that I posted, and there's a picture of me standing like to the side. That is me asking Dr. Now if I could put my hand around him to take a picture, because I didn't want to get cussed out. I'm like, Dr. Now, look, I done stood in this line too goddamn long for you to cuss me out for putting my arm around you. He's like, oh no, come on. So we took pictures. We talked to his daughter. We got to talk to him. It was a grand old time. It was
good.
a all day long event.
It was so funny. We were so tired and so exhausted.
So exhausted.
But right after we finished meeting him, we felt so good.
Yeah, because we went and had ice cream.
No, what? No, I'm just saying, like.
No, we felt so good.
Like, for a few minutes after, we
Yeah.
forgot about the being tired.
Tired,
and everything.
yeah.
It felt great.
Now, that next day didn't feel great because
No.
I felt every hour. No, I felt every 5 minutes we were in that line in my body that money. But it was so well worth it. You know, he was, like I said, it was like meeting him was great, but the atmosphere was so cool, so welcoming. I tell you, had his staff been rude and ugly to us, which they could have been because I know they were tired. And I don't think those people had eaten either.
Oh, I'm sure
They did.
I'm sure somebody went and brought him food.
It never stopped.
No, I know
It never stopped. Like, he's 80 years old. His daughter said, he goes, cancel whatever else I have. I'm gonna meet everyone to the last person. Yeah. Okay, and he did.
Yep.
So that made it all worth it. I was like, this was great. Like, I know you guys know that I'm working down a list of people that I want to meet. So last year I got to meet Maven Huffman, who is my #1 forever crush, formerly of the WWE. I got to meet him. So I was like, oh my God, I got to meet him. So then this year, you know, last month I got to meet Giselle. Now, let me tell you, we spent about $500-$600 on Giselle's night. Okay.
Sure did.
We sure did. But it was so well worth it. She was so super nice, so down to earth. This right here, we stood in line. I would have paid $1,000
To not stand
to
in
not
line.
stand in that line to meet Dr. Now, but it was so well worth it. So, and I got to give it to my husband because he has made each one of these things happen for me. Thank you. Because there's a lot of men that be like, who? Dr. Who? We're not standing in this line to meet this man. Like, we're not doing it. But he is always a trooper. But let me tell y'all something.
Oh.
Because y'all been in my DMs talking about, oh, producer James is such a trooper. Producer James is so great. He's husband goals. Let me tell you about this little bitch.
She's not.
Let me tell you about this little bitch hoe over here. He does half that shit. Not because he loves me.
That is not true.
He does that shit for bragging rights.
Nope.
Yes,
I love you.
he does it 5% because he loves me, but he does it 90%.
No.
He does it 90% for bragging rights, so he can hold it over my head. So when we're 95, he can still tell the story of how he stood in line. So I can see Dr. Now.
Does anything I try to hold over your head work now?
It doesn't matter, but he gets it.
Matter.
No, this is what he does.
It's not going to matter when you're 90 either.
He tells it to other people, so people go, "Oh, James is so sweet.
But it's true.
James loves Keisha. James is the greatest husband in the world." James done washed his hands after he pissed earlier today. Okay. So that's our show. Thank you guys. Look, we finally surpassed 4,000 followers on Instagram, and I am happy as a clam. Keep telling people to follow us. Keep listening to our show. Leave a 5-star review wherever you hear our show. And we once again just want to thank you for sticking with us, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.